Hi, so here I wanted to make a video showing you my CDV-700 radiological survey meter, Geiger counter, or radiation meter as they're called. So there's a whole boatload of videos on YouTube already about these things and the history behind them, but I wanted to show you this one because I did a little modification to it to hear the clicks. So of course the story behind these is that they were pretty much mass-produced and stockpiled around the Cold War era, and that's why there's a lot of them out there, and you can get them fairly inexpensively. They are still a perfectly functional and usable instrument. You can have them calibrated, and they are still actually used today by some small fire departments and things like that. Anyways, so the premise behind this one is that it's to measure lower doses of I believe gamma and beta radiation. So you have the Geiger probe inside of this shield. The whole thing will unscrew. This is a nickel-plated brass shield. So the GM tube is in here. And then you have this brass shield which opens and closes, because I believe when you close the shield, it's only going to detect one type of radiation. I forget which one it is. And then of course you can close this back up. Now they all did come with a check source on the side. I think there's like a tiny little piece of depleted uranium behind here, so that you can turn this thing on and see if it actually works. Now, these ones here, they came with a headphone attachment with this old style, it's not a PL259, it's something a bit smaller. Actually, it may be a PL259, I'm not sure, but anyways, so really they came with this headphone thing that you would stick on, and this is basically a low level or a line level audio. There was also a giant attachment, I think a CDV-700 or something, a big speaker that would take two C or D batteries that would sit on the side and have that audio connector. But those were really uncommon. You could still find some of them on eBay and whatnot. I think they go for more than the meter themselves because of how uncommon they are. But what I did was I took this whole thing apart, and you do have to be kind of careful with these because they do step up the voltage quite a bit. And all I really did was trace that connector and the audio output in the ground, and I snuck in a little 3.5mm jack, and I just drilled it into the side there. So you can see all of the D-size batteries this thing takes, and this just kind of sits back in there. And since this is a low-level audio output, it's not amplified, you need some type of little amplified speaker. So this is just a little, I think like $1.50 China special speaker. It's amplified, so we can stick that in there, close this up, and we can turn it on. So we do have times 100, times 10, and times 1 setting, and we can open the probe and hold it to the check source and turn on the speaker, and now we can hear those eerie clicks. And if you just kind of leave it alone, you will get some ticks, and that's just background radiation that is picking up. And this measures in milliroentgens per hour, not sieverts or microsieverts. So they were made by various companies. In that time, this one is made by Anton, and there you go. That's my Civil Defense Radiological Survey Meter with the audio modification.